Welcome to Fallout 76. This is Jim. Today is Tuesday, September the 9th. Means we have a new Atomic Shop weekly update. It starts today, Tuesday, September 9th. It goes to next Tuesday, September 16th, 2025. All right, we get the featured section here. Some nice looking items here. Enclave Specialist Bundle, 1,800 items. Let's take a look at that real quick here. Nice. Get some nice little Enclave items in here. Pretty cool. Look at that cute little Yes, sir. Look at that. Wow. Oh. Wow. Awesome. Enclave Armor Bundle, 30% off, which the cost is $1,500. Discount is $450. Some more Enclave stuff here. Some more items. Make sure you read the description to make sure you know what you're getting. Just don't look at the pictures, of course. Enclave Outpost Bundle, 30% off, which the cost is $1,500. Discount is $450. Little outpost there, pretty cool. Weapon paint, pretty sharp. The Specialist Power Armor, so 1,400 items for that bad boy. Power Armor paint for all your different types of power armor. Looks like it comes with the paint for the corresponding jetpack for that armor as well. That's nice looking jetpack paint there for sure. Like that. We have something similar to that already in the game. Just it doesn't have the Enclave emblem on the front. It's more like a matte black, but yeah, interesting. Enclave Mechanic outfit, 700 items. That's a nice little outfit there. A little different. He's got a little skull there on the necklace there. That's that's pretty sharp. Huh. I think I might buy that. Look at this bad boy here. Whitespring's Data Center, 700 atoms. All right, so we have something very similar to this in the game. It doesn't really tell you. It says item can be built inside of a shelter. So what we have in the game here is called the Enclave Data Center. Just the regular Enclave doesn't have Whitesprings in the front. Of course, I have that one. And this one here is just a reskin of that one. So I believe it collects junk items that you can scrap that give you electronic parts. Right, I believe that's what it does. But I do have that video for the regular Enclave Data Center here in the channel. I think it just came out last year in 2024. You can check that out. Basically, this is just a reskin of that item. So that's interesting. It's funny how it doesn't have the description down below. Like usually they would for camp resources like that. But yeah, that's very interesting. Of course, this aid box, we talked about this here last week. Pretty popular video for being a short week here on the channel. And again, this is a Fallout First item only. And you can check out that video I made last week. So you can store a lot of chems and a lot of aid. And now someone did point out that it doesn't store all aid, like bobbleheads, magazines, and serums. But most other chems and aid it will store, okay, which is great. It's absolutely fantastic. I love it. I know as being a ghoul, I've carried more chems than I ever did before. And having this really saved the day for sure for me. But again, it's only a Fallout First item. Now, keep in mind, sometimes how we have the trials, sometimes we have a week-long trial for Fallout First. So that way there you can kind of add things to a scrap box, to the ammo box, and now to this aid box. Now, once when that trial is done, you can still draw out of it, but you can't add anything in, all right? But in order to put stuff into it, you must be an active Fallout First member. But even if you had the trial and you had stuff in this and the ammo box and the scrap box before, basically you only can take out of it once when that trial is done. Or if you don't pay for Fallout First again. So just an FYI, I know myself had a lot of great comments on it, and I did pin that comment that person had mentioned, which was a great comment. Adam statue, okay, 350 atoms. That's pretty sharp there. Nice, very sharp. Stalker plushie by itself, 250 atoms. That's pretty cheap for a plushie. I like that actually. I like how it has that glow effect. Might even buy it. Might even buy this just because of how it looks. That's pretty cool. All right, so we got this one here last week. Coal and steel bundle. So original cost is 1,500, slightly discounted for me because I own some items in here. Now again, that industrial floodlight doesn't really put off a whole lot of light. It's more like a night light. I would say I would put even below a night light, to be honest with you. This bad boy here, this railroad water tower, I think it only collects 4 dirty water. I don't have it, but that's what I've been told in the past. Interesting. And I was told that that steel dog is actually not a collectron, which is pretty cool. That's pretty sharp. Vertiguardian bundle, 2,000 atoms for that bad boy. Home highlights bundle, whereas the cost is 1,500. It's heavily discounted for me because I own some items in here already, such as that little cookie jar. Again, we're going to see that here coming up here soon in another bundle. But again, it's just very small. You can actually put it on a nice little table, a nice counter, a very small footprint. It'll collect usually mud cookies, but it'll also collect the odd fancy lad snack cakes or funnel cake, which you can use as pre-war food, eat a cake pie or candy kind of deal. Nice little camp resource to have. Again, this games cupboard, fantastic, absolutely fantastic. I highly recommend this guy. Passively collects different types of game boards while you play the game. I do have a video on both of these here on the channel. You can check those out if you so wish. Again, they're maybe a couple years ago when they first came out. But this games cupboard, you know, you do have daily, weekly challenges where you have to collect board games. And board games are pretty good to scrap anyway, because a lot of them will give you like asbestos, nuclear material, even gold, and a nice little camping. Plus, they look fantastic. This game's covered there. You can check that video out if you so wish. Coalwood kit by itself, 900 atoms. And a few of us had talked about this in the comments. I really like the brick texture. Like, it really looks like really well done. We have like a brick building kit already here in the game, but this one here looks more realistic, like something you would definitely see in that era. Robopol steel dog by itself, 800 atoms. Again, it is not a collectron. It looks like a collectron, but I'm glad people had mentioned that. Put that in the comments. Coalwood floor, 500 atoms. As expensive as that is, the nice looking floor, especially how it has that worn away rebar in it there, looks pretty good. I like it. Settler's Pack backpack, 500 atoms. Again, it's not a backpack. It's a skin for a smaller standard backpack, and you apply it to your smaller standard backpack as a mod at your armor workbench. Railroad water tower by itself, 30% off for 350 atoms. Again, I believe it only collects 4 dirty water for being such a big, big item, surprisingly. And this floodlight, don't know how much this is, but it doesn't put off all it. That little light there, that's a lot of light. But in actual reality, it's nowhere near that much light, even in the darkest of spaces. So just a little FYI there. All right, girls. So greatest hits, best to best. There's the modern home kitchen bundle with that little guy in it, 30% off. Original cost is 1,800. Discount is 540. Again, heavily discounted for me. Make sure you read the description so you know what you're getting. A lot of items in here. So we have this modern home fusion core with charger. Probably one of the most popular videos I have here on the channel is when this first came out a couple years back, there was no other information on it. So I made a video and it's very, very popular. It does need a wired connection. You can put 4 fusion cores in. It'll charge them at the same time. There's no option to lock it, so people can't steal from it, all right? So it's just an item that's only for you only, okay? And what I do, I don't have power armor, but I just use it for my Gatling laser once in a while when I haul it out and blow it off the dust off it there from the old stash box. But basically, I just use that for substitute them, let them charge up, and just keep recycling them, basically. But if you do use power armor and you're on the fence about this bad boy, I recommend you watch the video, but you read the comments. I think the comments is what really makes it. And a lot of people who use power armor put really, really awesome, positive, great comments down below as alternate sources that you can get for fusion core. So just an FYI there. And of course, there's a little cookie jar, exact same one that was back there, the very first page. Again, it'll passively collect mud cookies. When it's not collecting the mud cookie, it'll collect fancy last snack cakes, funnel cake, which counts as pre-war food, and eat a cake pie or candy kind of deal. Pretty sharp there. Now you can see, as I mentioned to you all the time, make sure you read the description before you buy this stuff, because you can see in the background, you're thinking, oh, it comes with a coffee machine. You can see a coffee machine right in the background there, but there is no coffee machine available in this one. So just a little FYI there. Close shave bundle, 30% off. Whereas the cost is $1,500, discount is $450. And we had this exact same one last week or the week before. Season 2 camp bundle, interesting, 30% off. Original cost is $1,500, discount is $450. Nice items in here. We have the clean version of the greenhouse set, which is pretty awesome. I prefer the rusty version myself. Surveyor Power Armor Paint, 30% off for 840 items. That's a paint for your different types of power armors you can see there. Skull Tower, 30% off for 630 items. A little prefab there. Not a big fan of this one myself, but I have seen it around. It's very tall. That's what I'll tell you. Clown Punk Ball Toss. 30% off for 350 items. It's a little game to add to your little games room there. Not too sure if it gives a buff or not. I don't have any version of this one at all. Thinking it doesn't, but if you know for sure if it does or doesn't, if you could kindly put it in the comments, would be great. If it leaves a buff or not. Cowpunch paint for the railway rifle, 30% off for 350 items. It's a pretty good price for a paint for that weapon. Scorchbeast Queen Power Armor Helmet, 30% off for 350 items. Okay, so it's a power armor helmet. Ultracite crystals. Haven't seen this one in a very long time. 30% off for 245 items. That's kind of random. I have other variations of these that I got from a previous scoreboard quite a while ago. I don't have these straight up versions. But they're just like a floor decor. They do give off a little bit of a greenish glow, but that's pretty much it. Workshop expanded. We had the Communist Bunker, 20% off for 560 items. Again, a little prefab here. Not a big fan of this guy here either. The door is fairly large, and when it slides, sometimes it interferes with what you can put there. And it being round, it's really hard to kind of place things in there. So I'm not a big fan. It looks cool, but I'm not a big fan of it myself. Butterfly Sanctuary. This is a nice little camp resource to get. As you can see, a passive, it collects acid. I believe it's 10 acid. Okay. Very, very nice camp resource to have. I have this one, and every time we talk about acid, I always kind of bring it up. There's another variation of this. This is the OG one. It's the very first time we got one. But the other variation is what's called the Mothman Moth Sanctuary. But it's the exact same thing. So if you have the Mothman Moth Sanctuary, you don't need this one unless you like the look of it. So just a little FYI there. Clean Ranch Housing Kit, 20% off, 560 items. Cool. Clean Shower, that's pretty nice, 20% off for 240 items. That's a pretty good price, actually. That's a steal of a deal. I believe you can actually interact with this. I think I did that before in someone else's camp that happened to have it. I was just kind of fooling around. I believe you can interact with it. Slocum Joe's vending station, 20% off for 400 items. Again, just a vending machine. Very, very popular in the wasteland, I might add. Electric train set, 20% off for 400 items. See it kind of going around the track, pretty sharp. Mosaic tiles, 20% off for 400 items. I think I have this. I don't know why it's not popping up as I own it. That's weird. Solid color wallpaper set, 20% off for 640 items, excuse me. Nice little wallpaper there for your house. Iron fences, 20% off for 200 items. Nice. Actually, that would look pretty cool with a Halloween themed camp. You know what I mean? Halloween's coming up. It's pretty sharp. It's a pretty good price. That's why I'm saying. Sales time for the sales. Okay, best of 2023 mega bundle. Original cost is 4,200 items. Again, Get some repeatable stuff in here. Again, just make sure you read the description. Just don't look at the pictures. As you can see, it's almost like a repeat from a previous one, plus more in this bundle. So again, very, very interesting for sure. And there's that cookie jar yet again, and that Fusion Core Recharger. So that cookie jar has been in 3 different bundles here the same week. Forge Resistance Bundle, 1,800 atoms. All right. Nuka-Cola Mega Bundle, 20% off. Original cost is 3,000. Discount is 600 atoms. Some nice items in here. We talked about this the last couple of weeks here too. This candy machine that's right here. This got this one way back in season 11 scoreboard. Is available for everyone, but the candy, the Nuka-Cola candy that comes out of this machine will be just like the popcorn. It counts as pre-war food and counts as eat a cake pie or candy. Extremely fantastic resource to get. And I have a video on that bad boy. I actually have a video on this OG. This is the OG Nuka-Cola mystery machine. Again, you have to put 15 caps in. Gives you a random Nuka-Cola product. I find it's usually Nuka-Cola Classic every time, but it is supposed to be random. If you do watch that original video I made when it first came out, it was a 24-hour cooldown. 24 hours. Now I believe it's 5 minutes. I believe it's 5 minutes cooldown now. So again, just an FYI. But we have other variations of this Nuka-Cola Mystery Machine since this one came out. You can check out those videos if you so wish. Oops. Where are we at here? There we go. Gotta stop doing that, Jim. Mothman Mega Bundle, 20% off. Original cost is 5,000 atoms. Discount is 1,000. And again, make sure you read the description so you know exactly what you're getting. Just don't look at the pictures. Has a nice little weather station in there as well. The weather stations themselves go for about 1,200 atoms by themselves. So take it or leave it. You get all this other stuff here. Mothman stuff. Suburban Backyard Bundle, 30% off. Whereas the cost is 1,800. Discount is 540. Nice items in here. There's that fence again, iron fence. That mailbox is just a floor decor item. It's not a stash box. This tire swing, I actually have a video on this bad boy from when it first came out, maybe about 3 years ago. Again, you can interact with it actually. Your little guy kind of goes in the little donut part and will actually swing pretty sharp. And this hot tub is just like the Glow of the Ghoul hot tub we got a couple seasons back. Same exact thing, but just red, basically. Suburban Living Bundle, 20% off. Whereas the cost is 1,800. Discount is 360. Again, we got some reoccurring items in here. I will say about this rough patch planter kit, extremely fantastic. I think it was season 11 at rank 100. We got this one here for free, and absolutely fantastic. They snap together. It's under floor decor. Sorry, not floor decor. Sorry, flooring. Sorry. They snap together real nice. You can place your plants in there, and it's flat enough where you can make a little camp out of it if you so wish. And those walls are extremely overpowered. They will not get destroyed. All right, so just an FYI there. It will not get destroyed. Yeah. The Lookout Bundle. Lookout, not lockout. Lookout. 30% off. Original cost is 1,800. Discount is 540. Nice little items in here. Got another nice little camp resource here. The adhesive, the tree sap collector. It passively collects, I believe it's 10 adhesive. Okay. So again, adhesive is just one of those junk items that we use a lot of. Okay. And you don't realize that you use so much until you're out, right? And have a nice little camp resource like this in your camps, all of your camps collecting. Absolutely fantastic. Just a suggestion. Roadside Roasters, 50% off. Original cost is 1,200. Discount is 600. Little items in there. Nice special offers. We have our pink suit. I've had this one for quite some time. Now, I mentioned this every time is even if you play for about 5-10 minutes per day, every day you get a free item in here. It's usually a utility item. I recommend coming here. Even if you just log on just to claim your free item is fine. Just check it every day, and let's go ahead and claim her here. It's free. Why not? Doomsday Clock, 70% off for 60 atoms. That's interesting. I've not seen this for quite some time. Red Rocket Machinist Bundle, 50% off for 750 items, regular 1,500. Nice little bundle there, as you can see. Train Bridge set. So this is the bonus / free item for Fallout First members only for September 2025. Now, I tried a couple times to make a video on this, but these pieces, there's 4 pieces altogether, 4 pieces, and they are extremely large. Like, they are huge, and I just don't have the room in any of my camps to place them down to make a video. And I even cleared out everything in one of my shelters, and it was still too large. It was just absolutely ginormous. But I will tell you, they're under decorations and outdoors. Okay, and then you go down that little list that's right in there, and then you slide it over, and they'll give you the 4 of them that you can choose to kind of click together. They click together easy enough, but again, you need a lot of space for these things. And if you actually have some of the prefabs, like for the train cars, they don't fit on there except for the windy one. Like there's one that kind of curves there. That's the only one it really seems to fit on as compared to the other 3. So just an FYI. So again, decorations, outdoors, that's where you'll find it in the build menu. Just thought I'd kind of mention that, just because I wasn't able to make a video on it. Vertigar Blood Eagle Bundle, 50% off for Fallout First members only for 900 items. Some little items in here. Make sure you read the description so you know what you're getting. There's that first aid box. These ones here popped up last week here as well. This Fallout First Season Catch-Up for 1,200 atoms. It's discounted for me because I own some items in here. So I've been playing for quite a while. We have this one here. Offers a cost again, 1,500. Cheaper for me because I own some items in here already. And this one here, Fallout First Season Catch-Up. Original cost 1,500, heavily discounted because I own a lot of items in here. Now I will say that this water boiler, fantastic camp resource. It passively collects, I think it's 20 boiled water. And I know you can go to a water source, collect dirty water, 2 dirty water equals 1 boiled water, but why do that when you can have one of these in every one of your camps and just bam, done. But again, it's really up to you what you want to do. But that's a really good camp resource, actually. I have a video on that guy here on the channel. And I think that's it. That is it. Awesome. This little guy here, to me, he wins. He wins for this week. That cute little guy right there. Yeah, Stalker Plushie. And this here. And this on Whitespring Data Center, Enclave Data Center. Again, I'm not going to buy this, okay? I have a video on the Enclave Data Center already here in the channel. I just made it last year. This is the exact same thing, and you can check that video out if you so wish. Again, it is not a collectron. It's just a camp resource that passively collects junk items that you can scrap to give you electronics. I'm surprised how it doesn't say that there. Just kind of shocked by that, actually. But if it is anything different than that, by all means, nicely leave it in the comments. But I believe that's just a reskin of the OG version we got last year. So there you guys go. Hope you guys enjoyed the video. Please like, subscribe, and share when you get the chance. It really helps me out. I'd like to thank my channel members, Artistically Arranged, Michael Edwards, Nigel Whiffen, Heather, White Tribe, Mr. Shelton, Drake Stamps, Nummy But Me, Yes Me, That's Me, Drew Andrew, Confronted, Bridgeway, Warner, John DJ59, Picker Rask, Grinch, now Tony Watson, Philip the Cat, Dan, Fair Up, Benny Bunny, AJ Folds, A, Aussies1. Thank you all so very much, and I hope you all have a nice day.